While the other two are going through their montage of crafting and creating and bonding, what are the two of you doing?
So now that we've got a second to chat, and like I would even ask, like maybe if we could have this conversation, like we've just talked with Thomas, in the secret Harper room where we first talked to him, and like he's going back out to like get on with his day. Like I would ask to remain here for a little bit so I can talk with Calder in a place we know is like shielded.
True.
And say, hey, how the fuck did Nihalor find us? Like how the fuck did him? I thought we were shielded. I thought we weren't able to be tracked. But he found us outside of Mirabar.
I'm just trying to think of what's changed. What's the difference?
Yeah, and I guess maybe we do research. I mean, this is a deeply magical town. They might know, like, there's probably a library or two or five or six here, like, trying to figure out.
Is Echo proficient in Arcana?
Mm-mm.
Awesome. Jeff.
The Calder is. So.
Why don't you go ahead? We're gonna have you make three Arcana checks. Okay, I'm just gonna have you one after another, and depending on the results of these three checks, that will determine what exactly you're able to find. Because you're right, like being magically scryed upon with the items that you have should be impossible.
Do we have any modifiers? I'd let them use.
Don't see any in chat at the moment, although I will give them a moment in case somebody wants to drop a +2 or a +5.
As he is doing this research, can Echo be guiding him with guidance?
I will go ahead and give the extra D4. Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Can I actually put that on him?
Yeah, find out. Is that a thing?
Let me see. Let me click on things.
Because, like, he can just pick up another D4 when he rolls, but...
Yep, there we go.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
All right, roll it for day one. And you're taking a +2. Thank you, Psychanthrope.
Well, I'm gonna. But I have meta magic points, so I'm gonna spend one to re-roll that.
You do still have a +2 to this. Wow. So on day
10.
one, you're like. So you read, okay.
So 14. So a total of
12.
So a total of 12. Okay.
Awesome. So on day one, you are able to like find there are libraries, there are temples, there are books. I think that Psychanthrope mentioned Full Metal Alchemist earlier. There was a point in Full Metal Alchemist where Alphonse and Eric were where they were like doing a bunch of research, right? And they were reading a bunch of books, and the books were sort of piling up next to them. Edward, not Eric. God damn it, Cunningham. So
they're the Elric brothers.
Yes. And that's kind of where you're at. By the end of day one, you're surrounded by books. The library staff is long-suffering. You're not the only magical type to come in and like monopolize an entire corner of the library with your mountains of books. Go ahead and roll for me for day two. And roll the extra D4 as well.
Yeah, I guess it's an auto roll.
So 18 on day 2.
18. Okay, so on day 2, you are beginning to hone in. You do know that like direct scrying is definitely not a possibility with this item. So you managed to confirm that. So it wasn't just a sufficiently powerful caster just blowing past your magical defenses. You're pretty sure
that's not how magic works.
Yeah, this was not a direct like scry. You've got an idea of what might be happening, but I want to go ahead and take that third roll before I give you anything more.
All right. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Wow.
Come on.
Jesus.
And roll the D4.
Plus the D4, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, a 20.
20.
So
20.
So you have your breakthrough on day 3. You have your breakthrough.
3d4 roll coming up 4 in a row.
I know, right? That's amazing. So on the third day, like you're just about to give up. Like this sort of thing, the magic just comes to you. You don't have to read books about it, but you know, you're really working toward it, and you find that there are certain objects that if the object is the center of a scry, for example, if the object is a scry window, though they would not be able to see you, it would be able to see its surroundings. So like if there is something somewhere that was maybe looking out at the world with a big central eyeball, then maybe though the enemy wouldn't be able to see you all, they would be able to get an idea of where you are and possibly an idea of your heading when you left.
DM, are you gonna make us burn Creetha's plushie?
Rude.
Yeah, that's gonna lead us to okay. These are the parameters. So it would have to be something that he has that level of a scrying connection to. So it would have to be Xanathar's property.
Yes.
Or something that is connected that intimately to the network.
Yes.
We are only aware of like a couple of objects that are there. It's not the staff.
Nope.
That's gone.
If it's not the staff, that leaves
The book is with
And that would
Charlotte,
be-
not us.
Book is with Charlotte,
The bag
and that leaves that plushie.
and the plush.
The
The bag.
bag and the plush.
The plushie. Both are
Yeah.
in both are in
And
Creetha's
both are
possession.
with Creetha. Yeah, Creetha has the bag and the plushie.
And the moment you make that realization, you realize that Creetha, specifically, is in quite a bit of danger, despite the fact that she is surrounded by a dwarven army.
And she herself is unscribable.
But the plushie, the one that the stupid adorable thing that she keeps with her.
That I have a
Mom-
tendency to keep in my chest, like sometimes, and just will just shove it in
So
her
she-
shirt.
Like a body cam,
So
just
she-
looking out at the world.
The way that would resolve is that it can't see her, but it would just be a floating, uncontrollable camera.
Oh my god.
Having this
I don't know what a
horrible
camera
flashback.
is, but yes.
A floating, it would
Child.
basically be a scrying ball, like a crystal ball that just floats midair, going random places.
No, Rob. My horrible terror as a young girl when I was young, and it was I'm gonna age myself. New Kids on the Block, and all of the merchandise was coming out, and of course I got merchandise because it was the big hot thing to do. And I got this giant shirt that I slept in that had Joey on it, and I remember being terrified to take it on and off in front of the mirror because I thought he could look through the shirt at me.
When I was a kid, my grandparents had a bunch of porcelain dolls in the room that I would sleep in when I went to their place, and I made them turn them all around to face the wall when I wanted to sleep because I did not want to see the eyes.
Okay. Yeah, after this eureka moment of figuring this out, and we're pretty damn sure the thing that looks like a mini beholder is what it's looking through. Well, we gotta let her know about
All do
that.
So Calder is like bags under his eyes. He's been up studying for 18 hours a day for the last 3 days, trying to figure this shit out. And he is approached as he comes to this realization. He's approached by a young half-elf who says that your connection for your magical items is prepared for you. To meet in the back room of the whatever the tavern was that
The
we
Gilded Lily.
definitely named. Okay, the Gilded Lily. Yeah, in the same back row.
I have drawn so many lilies since we named it the Gilded Lily.
All right. So deep breaths. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I will speak in extraordinarily florid Elven that very well take me to it.
And
Oh,
go ahead.
While Calder was super busy with this, Echo, I do want to make a point of order to say he does, since we're real close, write a letter to Hyacinth and the rest of them, updating them on what's going on, and sends it off to Hyacinth's house. We are writing letters.
Fair enough. I'm sure it's much appreciated. I think Hyacinth
I'm
said
sure-
write a letter now and then, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm sure the messenger isn't going to get eaten by werewolves.
oh,
It'll
I'm
be
sure
great.
it's not going to happen. No. So you find your way back to the Gilded Lily and back into the hidden, not hidden room, but the warded room in the back. And no less than Marlin the Magnificent awaits you in the room. And he says, "Oh, it's you again. Oh, I'm so very happy. I love repeat customers. Welcome back. I have an assortment for you."
I've been up for 3 days. Please, you're at a 10. I need you at about a 5.
I got this. Turns on the charm. What do you got for us?
Modulate his tone a little bit. He'll say, "Well."
Calder is not angry or upset, but he
He's
does
just
sound
tired.
like he's on the ragged edge of something.
Well, now, word on the grapevine is that you are searching for wands, yes? Well, if that is the case, then I have quite the selection for you. I really do. To begin with, any adventuring party wishes to have the ability to detect the magical aura of items and effects without having to expend their own very limited personal resources. And he sort of pulls a kind of not very unusual looking stick of yew, Y-E-U, not Y-O-U.
It's a stick of you.
And he proffers it and says, with this, you can detect magic, as it were.
It has a name. It is a wand of detection.
Yes, if you want to take all the mystery out of it, I see that you are you're
He's
here for
tired.
business. You're here for business, and I understand and I respect that as a fellow businessman. Yes, it is a wand of detection and should be able to help you in your many adventures.
Do you want to know what my eyes look like when they're bloodshot?
I don't.
Don't believe I do, no.
Thank you. We're interested in the wand of detection.
I am pulling it up on the table right now, and that's going to determine what the sort of baseline price is for this. Because, of course, like, he's going to try to, you know,
Make a profit.
make a profit. Let's see, wand of detection.
Capitalism.
Me as
So he will begin the negotiation at 500 gold, which is the maximum possible price for such an item.
We're not just looking for one wand, though. You know us. We tend to purchase things all together. So what else have you got?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Of course. And of course, I will give a somewhat of a discount, both for being a respected repeat customer and for purchasing multiple items. He'll sort of root around and he'll pull out what looks like a golden stick with a bunch of sort of glowing spherical baubles on it. Like the end of it is kind of branched.
Yes.
And he proffers it forward and he says, "This, we have no idea what it does. It does many things."
Calder will reach out and grab it. Flip it in his hand, examine it.
"We have seen this wand used by expert sorcerers like yourself to create walls of flame, to create bolts of lightning, and occasionally swarms of butterflies."
May I?
Who or what are you pointing it at?
At him.
Excellent. He does not say okay. Are you doing it anyway?
I wait for him to give an answer.
He pales a little bit.
He's like, please don't.
He's like,
I will then shift my aim to the right and aim for whatever's in the corner.
Like
excellent.
a chair.
Hold on. I love
a
this
chair
fucking
with-
item
This is what
so
Calder
much.
I've decided that when Calder's tired, his danger filter turns off.
Give me a D100.
Oh, that's always fun. Fortunately, I know how to do that in Fantasy Grounds.
27.
A 27.
Excellent. The entire room is suddenly filled with a horrible, noxious, choking gas. That very quickly expands to fill the entire room. I need con saves from everybody.
I know.
Is this poisoned?
Hold on. Let me find out.
Not the hot brown winning potion you're looking for.
Yes, it is against poison.
I in fact get an advantage on this type of save.
Excellent.
Good for you.
Yay, tiefling.
No.
Poor Marlon and fucking Thomas.
Yes. So Thomas is not currently in the room. Marlon actually makes his save.
Do I?
Hold on, my headphone cord keeps pulling out, and not in the sexy way. So,
In the sexy way.
what's the DC on this? I don't see.
Like, wands are anywhere from like 12 to 15 usually.
Okay, we're gonna say no. I'm just gonna ad hoc this and say no. Echo immediately begins like retching. And in fact, you all have to vacate the room immediately.
Kurt,
Show
well,
windows open.
per the terms of magic, I being a practiced sorcerer who passed this save, will elect to dismiss the effect.
Okay, so as Marlon and probably Echo are like running for the door, you're able to dismiss the effect. It takes maybe a round to disperse, and then it is no longer there. So as like Echo is scrambling for the doorknob, like he's able to breathe again, and you know just like doubles over for a moment and pants a little bit, like
All
okay,
seems like
all right.
okay. I owe you an apology, sir. This is magnificent.
Can we not try out any more mysteries in the room that we're in?
For now.
Now, a wand like this is exceptionally rare, and I could not possibly part with it for less than 2,000 gold pieces.
Let's like before. Let's negotiate price once we have everything. Once you've shown us everything of interest.
In that case, I have one more thing that may be of interest to you, and then a couple of odds and ends, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls out a wand, and actually, I have an image for this one.
Ooh, image.
Although I do want to share the image of the other wand as well because it's so cool.
Right? Oh yeah, that's the one I thought it was.
There's the one that you just picked up right there.
Yep.
It's like something you get at Disney World.
Yes, and it would spin right and light up.
And light up, and you'd wave it around for the fireworks show.
Oh yeah. Accidentally poison the entire crowd.
It'll be fine.
Here's the next image, and it looks like this, except that the tip is not blue; it is instead a bright pink.
I have absolutely zero qualms about using a pink item.
You are able to recognize a wand of magic missile right away. Like it's a fairly common. Like he comes out and he begins to describe it in his usual grandiose way, but you're immediately able to see this wand cast magic missile.
As you go through, this has a misprint.
It has a what?
It's a pink tip instead of the normal blue.
Oh yes. The wizard who created this had very particular aesthetic tastes that may or may not blend with, and he gestures at Calder and Calder's horns and the sort of clothing, and he says might not mesh very well, but it is functional and it works just as well as any other wand of magic missiles.
Calder will gently pinch the wand and will slowly, with deliberate, intimidating intent, turn to look at him.
Does the wand of magic missiles require attunement?
It does
No.
not.
No? Okay. Technically, the
Although
wand of
everyone-
wonder does, but whatever.
Echo sees that Calder's starting to point a wand and is raising a fist towards Calder.
He is not pointing the wand at him, but he's like, "Are you presuming to make any assumptions about me?"
As a businessman, it is my job to attempt to discern the aesthetic preferences of my clients.
I mean, blue would match your outfit better.
But I'm willing to offer a discount on this particular item given the fantastic
I'll cast
nature of the creator.
I'll cast prestidigitation on myself to turn the coat pink.
Calder over here being like, I don't want your fucking discount.
Just flooding it, just flooding over.
Gail, I really want art of this.
Oh my god.
I am
So good.
I am whatever I choose to be.
Does it say real men wear pink
Be
on the
thankful
back?
I am choosing to be thankful I am choosing to be charmed by this selection.
We were also
Oh,
looking for like
I'll put the wand down, but this wand is extremely useful. You could use this. Also pointing at Echo.
All right, Echo, you were about to say something.
we're also looking for armor for my wonderful friend here in an elven style.
Oh yes, yes. That part has already been. That's a little bit outside of my purview, but that part has, as I understand it, already been dealt with and can be delivered to you. Yes, but I'm not your contact for that particular piece. It's on its way, as I understand it. He looks at Calder's very pink robes, and kind of like it should be here anytime. But again, that's not my my specialty. I do have, and he goes back towards his bag, a couple of other odds and ends if you're interested in perusing.
Look at Echo.
I mean,
This selection is adequate for what we need.
There's always folks looking to unload spare magical items here and there. And by the way, if you have any items that you are looking to dispose of and are interested in some coin, I could possibly dispose of those for you.
trade for trade, right?
Always useful, yes. Trade for trade is always preferred over simple mere coinage. Magical item collectors are collectors, after all. They're not necessarily worried about gold. Magical wizards and sorcerers and such rarely have difficulty getting gold.
Marlon, I'm putting you on the spot here. Can you do it rapid fire? What else you got for us? Go.
Give me a D100.
Oh man. Oh no, gotta.
And then Calder, you're gonna give me a D100 as well, but give it a sec. Okay, so Echo got a 49. He pulls out a potion and says, "This potion will make you grow to twice your size."
Oh, like this one.
Okay.
So there's both giant strength, not giant size.
No, this is a potion of growth. It physically changes your size.
Interesting. Not particularly what we're looking for. Next.
And then on table C, Calder rolled a 52. Oh, well, then perhaps you won't be interested in this potion, which gives you the strength of a stone giant. No guarantee that it will allow you to throw boulders like a stone giant, however.
Is that better or worse than hill giant? I'm not very familiar with giants.
Stone giants do tend to be stronger than hill giants in general, yes.
So it's a better version of this, and he pulls out the potion of hill giant strength.
Yes, a strict upgrade. Just as temporary, however.
Would you be willing to take this as a trade off the cost of that?
He'll like, oh, yes, one of those. Certainly, there are always folks, there are always, lower adventurers that are in need of such things.
What sort of discount can we get for this? I'll pull out the orb of light.
Ooh. He looks at it. He says, and he's looking very close, like he pulls out like a jeweler's, what's it called? Lens?
Loop.
Thank you.
I will not activate the daylight. I will not activate the daylight.
I was literally setting that up for you.
So are his fucking eyes.
No, but the setup isn't done yet. So he looks at it. Don't assume you know where I'm going with this, although that's true what you do. He looks very closely at it and says, I see that it creates light from within, but is that all it does?
I'll activate it at that point.
Aw. Calder.
What? He asked.
Yeah. Not really though. You're fucking mean when you're tired, man.
He tries to look at you and like he can't quite track you for a moment. He's like, yes.
I will cast darkness on the group and shut the light off.
Now no
Bump,
one can
crash.
see Calder.
And then I'll dismiss the darkness and the light.
Echo like
Rude.
helps Marlin back to his feet.
Ugh.
Looks at his eye.
Yes. I mean, I could certainly find someone to trade for this. But yes.
Set it on the table.
So
right.
the three wands and then the potion, yes?
3 wands of the
I'm
potion, and we're offering the hill giant potion and the orb.
I don't remember if the orb of light is like an actual thing, or if
I know,
it
it
was
doesn't do
just
damage.
for.
It was an actual thing. I'm trying to think.
I'm just
Like,
trying
if
to
it-
see if there are stats for it that I have, and it looks like I don't, which is fine. Okay, so we'll say the total bill currently. With
I have it.
oh, what is it?
It's a drift globe. I have it in my inventory still. Orb
can-
notes. You can use it as a spellcasting focus.
Drift globe, found it.
Yeah.
100 to 500 GP because it's uncommon. Awesome. So, we'll go ahead and say that the Wand of Wonder plus the Wand of Magic Missiles plus the Wand of Detect Magic, altogether the asking price is 3,000 gold. Okay? So let's start by doing a quick charisma check off of one of you, or both of you. I don't care. One of you can assist in this point because it's just a straight. Let's go persuasion. Let's start with convincing them to take top dollar on your trade-ins. So if one of you wants to do it and the other can grant advantage, that's a thing you can do.
Yeah. I don't know. Is Calder in a very persuasive mood right now? Seems kind of.
He seems
trying
kind
to
of
get my
intimidating at the
mouth-
moment.
I'm having technical difficulties, so just give me a minute.
Sure.
Yeah.
Um,
But I would give him assistance to make the roll, or I could just.
in
begin
that
with
case, since he's having technical problems, I will go ahead and roll on Jeff's behalf. With advantage, his persuasion is
probably better than mine.
+4. What do you got?
I have a +1. Yeah, no, that's him.
Excellent. All right, I'm rolling it.
Echo's
Yeah.
charismatic, but he's not a sorcerer.
So we'll go ahead and say that Calder is able to convince Marlin to take the maximum top dollar off of these items. So that will remove 1,000 GP. So now you're down to 2,000 gold pieces worth of payment.
Well, I mean, I think we have that to spend out of Calder's earnings from Barnabas, right?
Was there anything else you were planning on trading? Because I can definitely just take the 200 platinum, but yeah.
Honestly, it's like I'm on the fence about the Rod of Wonder at all. I love it as a magic item.
It also requires attunement is the thing.
It also that's what's putting me off of it.
It's
like,
great.
I don't need it.
It has amazing potential, but it does require attunement.
Yep, because of the attunement. Nope, sorry, not interested.
Okay, he looks very disappointed at that fact. But with that in mind, give me one more persuasion check, Calder, with advantage because Echo is helping you out. And if you do well on this, it'll be a straight trade, plus a little bit extra for the Hill Giant to Stone Giant upgrade. Because you're basically trading 2 uncommon items for 2 uncommon items.
Yeah.
All right, guidance.
or advantage. I'm aiding you.
Yes, but guidance is a
Guidance
spell.
lasts a minute, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
definitely do both.
I'm very curious. It's verbal and somatic. I don't want to.
Are you kidding? I'm gonna re-roll
Wow.
that with my
Wow.
meta magic thing. That
Wow.
was terrible.
It's only gold, but okay.
This is the same day where you did already do that once. So
Mhm.
back with the research roll.
We'll say it's actually fairly easy. Given that you are giving items that are roughly equivalent in kind, we'll say 200 gold, both as a service fee and as an upgrade from the hill giant to stone giant strength.
Yeah.
So
Take that out of
I will go
platinum.
ahead and I'll go ahead and go into the party inventory. I'll drop 20 platinum pieces out of the parcel. And then there's the +3 to make it 17. Yeah, no problem. So, Wand of Magic Missiles, Wand of Detection, Potion of Stone Giant Strength. I am dropping all 3 into the chat right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete the other potion out of my. Is it in the party inventory or is it in my inventory?
I have no idea.
I think it was in mine. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, get rid of it.
Wand of Magic Missiles,
Make sure I'm getting rid of the right one.
which I want you to be able to identify, so I'm going to hit that.
First one.
And then Detection. Wand of Magic Detection specifically. It's already identified. They're all in there. Excellent. So you get your wands.
How's that?
Cool.
I kind of am sad that the Wand of Wonder requires attunement, although it does do some really amazing things, so it kind of does make sense. But like, it's one of my favorite magic items in the game. I had to give you a chance to take a swipe at it.
Attunement just makes it not worth it.
As we're counting out the gold and like exchanging things, Echo, like, does his eye look really hurt? Did he like take damage? Echo's feeling bad about that.
Marlin?
Yeah.
No, he's fine. It's just one of his eyes is kind of bloodshot now, actually. The one that was looking through the lens is a little bit red, but no, he seems fine. Almost as though this is kind of par for the course for a purveyor of magical items.
Okay. And you're not the one who's giving us the chain. Somebody else is bringing that?
Yes, there are master smiths here in Silvery Moon whose entire job is to work with Mithril and make elven chain for mostly the army here, but also for others who have connections. And he kind of looks at you for a second, like, I mean, we're here in the okay. Like, there's a little bit of almost an appraising look for a moment, and then it's gone.
Well, hopefully we'll see each other again at some time and have other items to trade to each other.
This was a distinctly enjoyable experience. I was extraordinarily pleased with my previous purchase with you.
I'm still using the bag. Hasn't exploded yet.
He looks at
I
it.
will gently, I will very affectionately pat my bag of tricks.
If this bag, and he's looking at Echo's bag, he says, if this bag ever develops a tear, please do give me a call. Like, I have friends who can repair such things. I know adventurers tend to be very hard on items, and you would not want a rupture, but it looks fine for now.
Still under warranty.
You should probably know my bag has also been doing strange things. There are more animals in here than there should be.
Are you lodging a complaint?
No, I'm just letting you know so that its creator or wherever the hell you got it is aware that their magical items are mutant.
Perhaps more effective, even?
I wouldn't say that.
Is there what in particular? Never mind.
Two different overly large insects have emerged, and from what I know of this magic item, they're not on the list.
Well, I mean, different casters have different proclivities, I suppose. Different
I
makers
suppose.
of magical items.
I suppose.
It's been great seeing you. Thanks for it. Like Echo is like, now that we're done trading things, is like very eager to get on to the next thing, and they get like he's just thinking of like Kretha is holding an orb. It's just giving all this info. Like we have to get back.
So
So a hasty goodbye to Marlin. Go talk to
Mm.
find Thomas again. Where's our contact for the
As Calder leaves, he'll cast Prestidigitation to clean the man. Like his disheveled hair is now shoveled. His clothes are now unruffled.
so
You are now
Thomas,
gruntled.
Thomas will escort you to a tailor who takes. Actually, this is for Calder, right?
Mhm.
Excellent. So yes, Thomas will take you to a tailor who will expertly take Calder's measurements and say, yes, we can absolutely create something like this, especially for one of your stature.
No, there's a note.
What's the note?
Echo, I'll take off my coat and wings, tail.
This
So
may
maybe not-
take a few more days longer than I expected, but it's still doable.
It's maybe something not tailored to him, but maybe a little bit bigger, something off the rack.
Oh no! We couldn't possibly. Mortal offense.
A couple
Mortal
of days
offense.
is fine. A couple of days is fine.
Where can
How
I
much-
contact you when this is through? When we're finished? Oh, this will be a masterpiece. And he looks back at your wings and he looks down at the tail, and like you can see him making measurements in his mind, and then he starts making measurements with a measuring tape.
Base the tail here.
I guess we can stay in. We can be back in how many days did you say?
Give it a week, I guess. We are at the beginning of the downtime here, so you have that time.
We will.
Yeah.
We're 3 days into the downtime, so
Yeah.
we will be back in 10 days. Leave it with Thomas if we cannot. Leave it with Thomas otherwise.
At that point, Thomas kind of clears his throat. Actually, I was hoping I could ask a favor of the two of you. Outside of prying ears.
Yeah. Are you not going to be here in 10 days? Is that what you're saying?
I was actually hoping to be with you.
All right, then leave it, deliver it to the Gilded Lily for Thomas Merriweather if we are not here to pick it up. But we will be. We will be.
It is.
We will be.
It has been a time since I have adventured myself, and I have heard concerning things about the doings in the north, but I've also heard that there is a group of extraordinarily famous and fine entertainers in the north. And I thought perhaps I could kill two birds with one stone, as it were, and maybe join you for a short time.
I'm certain that your assistance would be welcome.
Also, there's a great ride available for just a few coins.
Well, in that case, yes, we will have your armor delivered here. We will pick it up in. He looks down. You said a week's time. Yes. Fantastic.
Yes.
Onward then. I wish to see the battlefront.
Have you, like, as they're walking, Echo's like, have you ever been in a circus troupe before? It's a little different than just like performing on a stage in a bar.
I was expecting you to ask me whether or not I've ever been to a battle before, and the answer will have been yes. However, no, the circus will be a new experience for me, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
And Echo's now like sizing him up as like one performer to another, like, okay, what would he, or maybe he doesn't, like, does he look like he's just sizing him up, like, do you look like an acrobat? Do you look like you could be a good clown? Do you look like you could be like one of the animal tamers? Or like,
Give me an
someone who's
insight
gonna be
check.
behind the scenes rigging. My entire page went weird. Oh my god.
So he looks like a frail old man, but as you sort of look closer, you realize that he could probably be all of the above. Like, he's thin and kind of old, but he's definitely wiry. You've seen that level of, and you've now that you're thinking about it, you've seen him move. You could probably see him on a tightrope. You could see him tumbling. You could even see him throwing knives. Like, he's definitely more than he appears.
Yeah. And did we get a price from the tailor guy before we left?
Oh, right. Elven Chain. Let's find out. Now, you're are you providing the mithril, or is this something you're just paying for?
We can provide the mithril.
Well, while I'm looking this up, think about that.
It's a rare magic item.
Yeah.
And it's basically if it's medium or light armor, I can wear it even if it can be worn even if you do not have the proficiency.
Yes, I believe the chain shirt is what we are looking at, and yes, it can be worn under clothing. Yeah. So let's say if there are two separate prices, right? One price if you're providing the raw materials, and one price if you're not. Let me think. This is going to be another charisma check. We're going to go ahead and say that without the materials, it would be 3,000 gold pieces. And with the materials, it will be 1,500. However, both of those figures can be reduced with a charisma check of your choosing. So a charisma skill of your choosing, you get to decide which one. With advantage, because Echo will be assisting.
I will use intimidation, not in like the overbearing way he's been using, but rather name dropping my mother.
Love it. Roll it.
An established and accomplished sun elf.
So we're gonna go ahead and drop that to 2,000/1,000, right? 2,000 without the materials, 1,000 with. You just cut your price in half, essentially.
Okay.
1,000 with providing the materials is entirely fair.
It is a very, very rare and very, very great honor to wear such a shirt.
I will since I am paying this much and providing materials, may I ask for specific details?
Yes, of course. What can we add for you?
I would like you to include imagery appropriate to my heritage.
Say no more.
Basically use sun elf glyphs and such.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, very well.
Then I guess with Thomas along, we head back to Mirabar, and then planning to God, we gotta tell Creetha.
I think this is a fantastic place to take a break. It is coming up on 7:50 p.m. Pacific. So far, the stream has stayed up. There has not been a power outage, so hopefully, knock on wood, that will stay the same. Let's go ahead and come back in 10 minutes at approximately 8:01 p.m. Pacific, and then we will talk to Creetha, and we'll decide on what our next steps are. Possibly some combat in the future. We will see one way or the other. Thank you very much for watching so far. We'll be back in 10 minutes.